This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at the Masters of the Universe New Eternia Panthor figure, a Mattel Creations exclusive, part of the Masterverse line. And the artwork on the box is pretty stunning. A lot of people have really gone over it already, so we won't really go into depth here, but just saying, like the detail here. If we flip the box this way, we see Magana in the distance, or maybe you don't see him because it's so small. Also, a giant dragonfly. And if we flip it this way, we see a dragon with a skeleton flying it. I have a feeling we will not be getting that dragon thing, which is too bad. Actually, at first I thought it was the turbodactyl, but no. The sides of the box just say Masterverse on them. Both sides say the same thing. Whoops. Say the same thing, so who cares? And then on the back, we see Skeletor and Magana going head to head because, yes, Magana is the one you're going to have going head to head with Skeletor and Panthor. Okay, I'm not trying to make fun of Magana because he actually was one of my favorite toys back in the day. I don't know why, but I just really liked the concept for some reason. But that being said, let's go ahead and open this sucker up.
Panthor, Savage Cat. Dire panthers are the alpha predators of Eternia's dark hemisphere, so it was a boon to Skeletor when he found a stray cub. He raised the cub to be his loyal pet and nurtured it with habit magic, transformed it into a savage steed, Panthor.
Inside, we get some nice artwork here again, different from what's on the box. And we also get like a nice kind of black and white outline here of Panthor, which looks pretty cool. We get some more artwork showing Snake Mountain. I do remember somebody else already talking about this, and as cool as this looks, when you put it behind Panthor, Panthor pretty much covers the whole thing, and it's kind of pointless. Although I do wonder what the little red-eyed creatures are supposed to be. And this is how Panthor comes packed in the box. Okay, so while I do have Battle Cat from the Masterverse line from Revelations, I actually have not opened that one up yet. So I can't really do a direct comparison to it. Just have to go with most people have already said that majority of Panthor here is reuse of Battle Cat's mold with a different head sculpt. And saddle, of course. This guy has some really loose joints on him. That is really disappointing to me. Especially this back leg here. Like, over here, it's all caught up. You know, it's all very, very stiff like it should be. But this side, yeah, that's really loose. So is this one. Well, I guess this one is too. So the only one that's actually firm is this back leg here. Although the spin there is really kind of loose too. It does appear like this armor can come off. The looseness of this figure, however, may hinder some of the poses you can do with him, at least on my copy. He comes with a spear for Skeletor with a little skull design on it. And that is supposed to be able to be threaded through here. We got the same thing on the other side, too. Look, I am already really disappointed here in this one. Just with how loose that is. And look, he's got a tattoo on his crotch. That's just that I mean, that's kind of unacceptable for this. Just, but what are you gonna do? Like, do I call, complain, and see if I can get a replacement for him? Oh, his joints are really loose. They're just gonna laugh at me and not do anything about it. But look, every time I turn him, the one leg, that one leg in the back that I was really complaining about, it keeps on shifting so easily. That's terrible. That's bad quality control right there. Oh my god. Subtle things can ruin figures for God dang it. Oh, I hate this so much. I am kind of regretting this purchase right now. Not gonna lie. He's got his battle-esque helmet, which, if you take a look at this, it has been squished about and badly packed. We'll put this on him in a minute, though. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and take the saddle all the way off, or try to. Because we're going to go ahead and take a look at the articulation on here without the saddle. So, for the basic articulation here, let's start with the mouth. Opens and closes. Actually, that's kind of interesting, too. Like, if you look at this, so when you close the mouth, the upper jaws go all the way in, and then when you open it, that comes out, too. He's got a spring-loaded top set of teeth there, kind of. Well, not spring-loaded. Gravity-loaded. So, yeah, you get that really good look, like when an animal kind of pulls its lips back, I guess. Also, I don't know how well you can see this in the eyes. The eyes definitely look more like they're set up like doll eyes with kind of like the cornea. Is that the right part? Or the, you know, being kind of like rounded and clear with the actual detail inside of it. So that's really nice. And that freaking leg is still sliding out of place. I hate that. The head spins. You can kind of move it up and down. And side to side a little bit. Not a lot. The head, or the neck, goes up and down. It has no real side movements. We've got a boob cut with what appears to be a ball joint. So you can spin it and rotate him. He's got, that's his waist joint here, which again we can rotate around. And it's on a ball also, so we get some more poses. So let's see. So we can kind of get his back up a little bit, like, you know, a cat does when they get mad. Tail is on a hinge and a ball, so you can spin it around and up and down. Put it up like that if you want. Not bad. The back legs do kind of hinge out a bit. I'm assuming there's a ball in there again. And it can spin almost 360. At the knee joint here, we get another hinge and a 360 spin. And again, this is really loose on this side. On our secondary elbow, because I don't know what this is actually called in a cat or in an animal, there is a hinge. It's the tightest joint in the whole thing right now. But it barely moves. Also, the ankle has a hinge and a spin. On the front leg, we can spin it around about that far up and about that far back. Elbow joint. Oh god, this is going to be super stiff too, apparently. We can get it about that far, not quite 90. Looks like it should be able to move more, but doesn't. We have a spin at the ankle. It looks like there's a hinge here. Yeah, there we go. There's the hinge. And that's it for the front articulation. That's pretty much it for all the articulation. Again, this leg here is super loose. And I have no idea how to fix that. Just trying to look inside of his crotch here. Well, I am pretty sure there's some kind of a ball in there. I'm not sure how it's all attached, so I'm afraid if I go to pull it off, it's going to break. I don't like this. I really don't. I mean, the joints on this one that are stiff are super stiff, and the ones that aren't are super loose, more or less. There's not much in between on this one. And like every time we start to move him around, that one starts to shift. The saddle here is very soft plastic. Very, very soft plastic. And has 2 belts to hook it on. So let's go ahead and put that back in place. Who wouldn't want to ride a giant wildcat as a horse? Oh, obviously, the saddle is shifting kind of around the articulation here. Although, well, I guess it didn't actually come loose. Ooh, hey, look at this. There's actually a double peg holes on the saddle too. So there's one there and one there. So actually, the back one is not far enough in place. There we go. Oh, that's kind of nice. It helps hold the saddle in place a little bit better. Just to do some close-up on the saddle detail, on the back of the saddle, we do have the spine design here. Kind of looks like a dragon skin on the inside here. There is this little bat symbol. I am not sure exactly what that's supposed to be. And then on the front, we have a one-horned demon skull head thing. Did they kill Rem? And then it's kind of like another like alien skull design here on the back of the seat too. So we got the stirrups on the side. We got that. Let's go ahead and try putting the helmet on. Something tells me though that this is going to have to take a hot bath at some point. Oh, well. I guess it does, putting it on the head does actually position it a little bit better than what it was. So the mangling doesn't look quite as bad. Although I feel like it's not sitting on his head quite right. Now, this has been the thing that I have brought up as my bit of why I think this horn here is stupid the way it is. Because if you remember on Classics, I mean, you don't remember on Classics, he had 2 antlers that looked like Skeletor's Havoc staff on the top, which makes more sense than this tusk. Yeah, tusk. Just because, to me, you know, I've seen some cats fight a little bit here, and they'll bend their neck and snap onto you with their teeth, right? So this will stop that from happening, and that's poor design. That's not thought out at all. I can't even say that this even would work as a way to kind of protect the head or the mouth, because it goes far enough forward that like he might even have trouble just biting onto anybody. That being said, let's go ahead and take our Skeletor here, and I have the one from the throne because I have not actually opened up any other Masterverse Skeletor aside from the New Adventures version. I'm sure this is going to be a joy to set up. So there we go. We got Skeletor on top of Panthor. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that helmet design, so I don't know if I would keep that on there for display purposes. I think he's got too nice of a head sculpt. I don't really understand why he's so metallic-y shiny. Like, I don't know, is Skeletor waxing Panthor's coat regularly or having one of his minions do it or something? I just don't think it looks particularly good like that. And I think it would have been nice if he was flocked, but at the same time, There are more joints in here than, say, on the Origins Panthor, which did have a flocked version, so that might be a bit of an interference in the flocking process. So maybe they didn't want to do that with this one, especially, I'm sure a lot of flocking would rub off on the torso articulation too. I think I like the way they did the teeth, though. I love that this little part pops out like that. I think that looks good. That really is pretty accurate, I feel, to animals when they go to bite. I don't think the spear was really a necessary accessory, but I mean, I'm not going to complain about an extra weapon, especially since there's a good place to hold it on here. I did not bring Skeletor's Havoc Staff, which was dumb. But I don't think it would fit on here because I think the ball on the end of the Havoc staff is a lot larger than this. It does appear, though, the saddle does not really sit properly on top of him now that I look at it. The side is bulging out a bit. And while you can, in fact, put Skeletor's feet in the stirrups, the stirrups are actually kind of long, and his feet don't sit all the way in them the way they should if you're actually using stirrups. But I suppose, let's see. If we bend his... freaking leg. If we bend his ankle back a little bit, it does hold in there a little bit better. So, overall, I think the figure itself as a concept is good. I'm not a big fan, again, of it being so glossy. I am definitely not a fan of this back leg falling down all the time. I wish the articulation was full. I don't like that. And as mentioned before, you've pretty much covered up all the artwork, and as an added bit of blah, it's not tall enough to fully back behind him once they got a figure riding on him. That's kind of an oopsie in my opinion, because if you're going to display Panthor with a figure on top, like you probably are going to, you would have wanted this to go at least this high. So they cut a good 2-3 inches off that they should have had. But I think that'll do it for our look at our Masterverse version of Panthor. If you got him, let me know. Are you having the same issue with the leg as I am? Like, do you have a bunch of loose joints, or are they good? And if they're good, I hate you. And if you enjoyed watching this, please paw the like button. And if you want to drop in a subscription, that'd be great. I would love to hit 500 people on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.